Welcome back to Weather Center Live. It is time for your tropical update. We have newly formed Tropical Depression 7 just a little south of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Let's have a look at the latest data from the National Hurricane Center on Tropical Depression 7. Winds are estimated at 35 miles per hour. Movement toward the northwest at 9 miles per hour. That is in that general direction. So Puerto Rico and parts of the Dominican Republic going to get a lot of rain from Tropical Depression 7 as it moves your direction. Let's look at the cone now from the Hurricane Center, bringing it northwestward as a 45 mile per hour tropical storm through Puerto Rico and parts of the Dominican Republic, and then northward over the Atlantic Ocean and northeastward, potentially impacting Bermuda early next week. Still a long way out, too early to call for sure, but overall they keep it as a tropical storm with 60 mile per hour winds as early as next week. So keep an eye on this in case it unexpectedly changes track, but right now the United States does not appear to be directly impacted by Tropical Depression 7. So let's look at the latest enhanced satellite loop over the last 5 hours. Look right in there. Huge thunderstorm blow up right into those bright colors. These are thunderstorm tops over 50,000 feet in altitude, and you can see that it is pouring rain underneath those thunderstorm tops. Looking out of the radar from San Juan right here, about 130 miles to the south, you can see the counterclockwise swirl right in here. But you might think, well, what's that? Well, that's where the National Hurricane Center places the center of Tropical Depression 7. Look, there's hardly any thunderstorms near where the low-level center is. All of those thunderstorms are 50 miles to the northeast of where that low-level center is right here. So this swirl that we're seeing in the radar is aloft. It's at about 5,000 feet up. That's where that big core of thunderstorms is. And this is one of the reasons why we think Tropical Depression 7 is not right now poised to strengthen quickly, because we got the heavy thunderstorms and the swirl aloft here, but yet the low-level center here 50 miles away. So it is not lined up and ready to go. Looking at the velocity field, you can see the greens are the motions toward the radar and the reds are the motions away from the radar. So right in there is where the circulation is. In fact, some of these winds at 5,000 feet are over 50 miles per hour. So it's spinning like a top, certainly not that far off the ocean surface, but right at the ground, things are a little bit disjointed. So let's track the thunderstorms associated with Tropical Depression 7 over the next 24 hours. Late this afternoon, we see a lot of rain and thunderstorms moving over Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. That will likely continue through the rest of the work week as we end up on Friday. Look, a lot of rain is going to be falling over portions of these Caribbean islands. And look at the rainfall forecast we have over the next several days. Locally, 5 inches plus. I would double that easy. Certainly under some of the big thunderstorms, you're going to get a ton of rain, and with mountainous terrain that could pose a lot of mudslide and flooding problems there as well. So looking overall at the steering pattern, what really is controlling its movement over the next several days. And this weekend, we're going to see a pretty significant dip in the jet stream over the east coast of the United States. It's that feature that will likely keep Tropical Depression away from the East Coast. Thanks to that big dip in the jet stream there, as TD7 gradually moves toward the northwest, it's essentially going to hit a roadblock and then curve out to sea harmlessly, we hope. Tropics aren't dead, so look outside of Tropical Depression 7. We got a couple of areas of interest, one in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, another one coming off of Africa. Each of those disturbances need to be watched closely, and we will have a more close attention on these at the next tropical update coming up at 50 past the next hour. Guys, back to you.